Aboru Aboyo, divine greetings. Topic, the Orishas and protection. All the Orishas provide some form of protection. They all have different assignments. They govern different areas of the earth. But we have certain Orishas that we normally would go to when we're trying to fight certain spiritual battles, spiritual warfare, or faced with certain challenges that require some type of force. So 3 main Orishas that you would consider invoking their energy if you need a little bit of assistance in your situation when you're fighting a battle or something would be Ogún, the god of iron, labor, and the god of warfare. And then you have Sàngó, the god of lightning, thunder, and his colors are red and white. For Ogún has more military army-like colors. So you're green, you're black, you're brown, and gray. So those colors that remind you of like a army uniform, that camouflage color, that's all Ogún's colors. Sàngó, look at the candlelight. When you look at the candlelight, the flame is usually red and white. Sometimes orange because, depends on the flame. Sometimes we do have blue flames, but we don't. Sàngó is all red and white. Those are his colors. So you think of fire, you think of Sàngó's energy. Then we have Èṣù. In no particular order did I list these now, so don't quote me on how I said it. So it could come Èṣù, Sàngó, or Ogún, or Sàngó, Ogún. Like you can, it doesn't matter. Okay. So now Èṣù's colors. Èṣù, god of the crossroads. Èṣù, the god that holds the keys, the divine messenger between the heavenly realms and the physical world. He's the divine messenger of the ancestors. He's God's, Olódùmarè's divine messenger. He's the one that brought the concept of Ifá. He brought the concept to Orunmila from what it says in some of the Odus. So it said Èṣù is pretty much the main god, the main Orisha that decided to bring us this knowledge of Ifá, so that we can have a way to be able to communicate with the divine, because there are certain things happening back then where there was a lot of miscommunication between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. And Èṣù was like, all right, what can I do? And he's like, all right. And he went to, I think they said he went to like different parts of the world, or the different parts of the universe, and then he got these different mysteries and the wisdom that went with the mysteries, and then he brought them to Orunmila, and then him and Orunmila came together, and then they put the Odus together. When you read Ifá, sometimes it tells you certain things, if you like the way it's told to us, because all this is orally passed down. So you might get the story of the sacred palm nuts from a different Odu saying it in a different way. And so it just, all we know is Orunmila owns the sacred palm nuts. Èṣù is the divine messenger that holds the keys in between the heavenly realms and the physical realm. He's the one that he's the one the ancestors will call upon if there's certain issues. He's just the one. He's the one that governs the gates. So in Egyptian mythology, I would say Egyptian mythology, I can talk about it because it's an African spiritual system too. So if all of you are familiar with the Ankh and you're familiar with the gods of Egypt, you will know Anubis. Anubis is like the jackal. He's also like the god of the underworld. So sometimes when I think of Èṣù, I think of Anubis. If you guys are into Egyptian mythology, and you look at the similarities between Anubis and Ishu in terms of some of their roles, some of the roles Anubis played in their cosmology for Egypt, and some of the roles he played in Yoruba cosmology. Another deity that has similar path with Ishu is, I could talk about Ishu all day long because he's such a mystical being. He's such a mystical being, and he could be very, very very troublesome, but the mysteries he brings is so profound, and they have meanings if a person can just go through the things that he's trying to teach. Ishu is a teacher as well too. He's a teacher. So another deity that comes to mind that I know this is off topic is Thoth. Thoth in Egyptian mythology, also very similar personality with Orunmila Elaifa. So those are two things that I might talk about at a later point, but let's get back to what I was trying to say about Orishas and protection. Our three main Orishas that provide very strong protection energy is Eshu, Ogún, and oh yeah, Spirit, thank you. Eshu, Ogún, and I guess I'll change it to 4. Eshu, Ogún, Sàngó, and Oya. I just heard a voice like, hey, you can't forget me. So Oya, Eshu, Sàngó, and Ogún, those 4 deities, very strong, ready to, those are your ride or dies. They're the ones that you call upon if somebody's trying to mess with you. They got your back. So how do you invoke their energy? If you're going through certain things, maybe you have you feel the need to have protection. If you notice, I wear a lot of these beads. And most of my, all my bracelets are fortified by the Orishas. So if you don't have a lot of money and you don't have a lot of money, but you're trying to get some type of protection, one of the very affordable things you can do is wear a fortified bracelet. Or because it's not everybody that has money to be able to get ilekes, which is, you know, the Ogún ileke. If you're not initiated, you can't wear ilekes. And I'm initiated and I don't like wearing them all the time. I prefer wearing like gemstone bracelets. So if you're not initiated, that doesn't mean you can't get the support of the Orishas. Yes, you can. You just have to figure out how to get their energy on you. Nobody can tell you you can get anything fortified by an Orisha to wear or to use. That's probably the smartest thing to do if you don't have a lot of money to do initiation. And you don't even need to do initiation if you're not called to be a priest. So I'm going to talk about certain bracelets or trinkets you can wear. I'll talk about that in another video. That is blessed by a specific Orisha that can help you in your pathway, in your journey. Ireo.